Hello everyone, Basic Ollie, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video. Now today we're just going to hop straight into things, no messing about. New set of daily races. We're going to jump on daily race A. It is at Monza, the wonderful theatre of speed. Love this place, and we're jumping straight into it. It's a front wheel drive cars only this week on daily race A, and we are looking to set ourselves an improved time of a 1:56.3. We go for the first chicane, no issues at all whatsoever. We do lose a little bit of time, but that really is quite marginal, isn't it? But we set a first time of a 1:56.3, which is pretty good, but we're going to look to improve that. I do feel as if I could potentially get into the 1:55s, but I just probably need a little bit more practice. I've only been doing a couple of laps so far this morning, and I want to get a video out for you guys because by the time you're watching this, I'm on holiday at this time. So I just wanted to make sure I woke up nice and early today, got some qualifying time in, and set a few laps to make sure that we could be relatively competitive and we can have a few good laps around Monza and see what we can do really. But I have to say, I just finished, if you saw my previous video, doing a race around here, 20 lap race in the Evo, and I just want to say the difference in speed between this Peugeot and the Mitsubishi honestly is so big. The best lap I could do in the Evo was a 1:56.9, and that's with quite a bit of practice. And I've only done a couple of laps here, and I'm doing a 1:56.3 already. So, you know, it's just ridiculous. The pace difference is, yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. As soon as I got into sixth gear, this thing kept going, unlike the Evo that I was using for the FIA race. So, yeah, I just kept thinking to myself, my God, if I was using this Peugeot for the race, I could have done, I feel like I could have done some serious damage. I feel like a W could have come our way. But never mind, that's not the card we were dealt with, so we just got to crack on with it. But we crossed the line here and we managed to set ourselves another 1:56.3, but it is a 1:56.337. So a slight improvement, half a tenth or so. So not you know, nothing major, but it still is an improvement. Anyways, jumping into the race then. So this is daily race A. I believe it's going to be 4 laps around Monza. Like I said earlier, everyone's in a front wheel drive car, so you've got choices of TT, the RCZ, I think you've got the Scirocco, and the McGann as well. Now the Peugeot is a clear favourite because it's just got such a better top end than the others. So we're going to set traction control settings 1, wait for the 3 red lights. I say 3 red lights, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Now the guy, the Frenchman in third, don't know how he's done it, but he absolutely nailed the start. Obviously a trick that I'm missing, maybe putting the car in traction control 1 is not the best, but he's looking for a move on the inside here already, so we're just going to have to make sure we outbrake him here. But we go side by side into this corner, and he just, for some reason, he just like cut straight across as if I wasn't there, and kind of barges me out the way. A little bit annoying, but okay, you know, it's not disastrous. We're still there, we're still right at the back of him, so we've only really lost 1 position, and we're looking quite fast here. We've got the guy slipstream, we're going to have to go around the outside, and it just, yeah, we just don't have that speed. So quickly tuck under, get a little bit of slipstream. We're going a little bit faster now, make sure we outbrake him. We're on the inside here, but yet again he just ignores the fact that we are there, just, you know, cuts across us, and yeah, unfortunately he just kind of barges that way, but it doesn't matter. We've got the inside of Lesmo 1, so let's make sure we give him plenty of space, and we do indeed, and he actually manages to hang it around the outside. So really good move by him there. I was just making sure I give him plenty of respect, and with that respect he manages to keep P1, so it's good to see. It was good racing there through there. Lesmo 2, no issues there, absolutely fine. We've got the slipstream going down the hill here and then uphill once more. We're on the outside here. It's a terrible place to be before you're about to go into a scar. It's not where you want to be, so I back off, but back off a little bit too much, and that invites the Spaniard down on the inside here. He kind of hits me again, and then we're just trying to go through here, and unfortunately he's just got his nose there, and he just, there you go, he's had enough of that. He thought, sod you mate, pushes to be off the track. Yeah, that demotes me down to 5th place, annoyingly. The TT's got a 2-second penalty as well. Not quite sure why he's got it, but he did get a 2-second penalty, so yeah, a little bit disastrous for him, and it's a bad start for me as well. I've gone from P1, poor start as well, and now we're down into P5. So yeah, maybe again my issue of, you know, showing too much respect, being a little bit too respectful going through the corners is going to come back and haunt me again. But I don't know, let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. So an opening lap of a 2:05.6. There's not really any sort of indication there. It's just the first lap, isn't it? So you don't really know. But we're getting a slipstream with this Audi. Just look at the speed, 160. I couldn't get nowhere near that in the Evo at the weekend. Nowhere near. But we go through the first chicane here, nice and easy, making sure we don't go too fast through the first corner, because you try and then make it nice and flow through the second part of the corner. you just get loads of understeer, and it's just not good. But these guys, I don't know what happened there, but the guy from Belgium just kind of turned into the TT. Didn't really care. I don't know if they've got some, going to have some arguments afterwards, because it's probably why the TT got a 2-second penalty. He may have taken him out earlier. Which is explained as 2-second penalty, and why that guy from Belgium felt the need to just try and barge him out of the way. Not quite sure what the story is behind that, but I'd like to think he wouldn't just do that because he can, but there'd be a reason for it. Lesmo 1, much better that time, much better. I feel like I nailed Lesmo 1 here. And then Lesmo 2, just breaking on the 100-meter board there, tucking it in, and then making sure you don't power out too late, because otherwise you're going to hit the gravel. The front-wheel drive cars, they will understeer very easily if you put the power down too early, and yeah, thankfully that was not the case, and we managed to nail it. Now we go past the TT because he serves his penalty. That puts us back into P3 now, so we're back on the podium. We are purple in the middle sector. That is to be expected, because it is only the second lap of the race. For Ascari, nailed that, no issue with that whatsoever. Front wheel drive is a little bit of an issue when you try and go from left to right, putting the power down, but through there it was actually fine, no issues that I could really think of. I felt faster than Evo going through there, but not massively. It was still okay. Here I probably braked a little bit too late. I want to stick on the inside of the apex a little bit more, managing to power out there, go for the inside, go over a cone. Clearly someone's gone wide there and knocked a cone on there, and that enters the lap 4. Now it starts lap 3, but we set 1:55.923, which is pretty tasty. That is pretty good. So that's like 4 attempts quicker than my qualifying time, as you saw. Yes, it was assisted with slipstream, but yeah, still pretty good. And I missed the chicane there, really. I kind of messed that corner up and I go too wide there and I hit the gravel. Just not pretty at all. This lap was full of mistakes. And then we go forward a little bit here, breaking the right point, but I turned in too early and it compromised my exit onto the second part of the chicane as well. So that wasn't particularly great either. This lap is it's not going too well, I'll be honest with you. And a break here, completely missed the apex. I could fit a bus between me and the inside of that corner. Absolutely awful through that. Anyways, Lesmo 2, again 100-meter board, but I turned in too early. I don't know what I was doing this lap, but completely messing up. Ascari, brake way too late again, missed the apex on the inside. I'm all on the green stuff on the inside curb there, and yeah, just nasty. It was just a nasty lap, so that was one to quickly forget about. Yeah, 1:56.9, almost a second slower than the previous lap, so lots of mistakes were made there, but it doesn't matter. It's just 1.3 seconds off the lead. I'm sure we can still do something if we get in the slipstream, which we have done. Brake right at the exact point I needed to there. A little bit better, still not perfect going through the first corner. Second corner is better, but the Frenchman here has picked himself up a 1 second penalty. So clearly going through that chicane, he's been a little too ambitious, gone over the white stuff, all 4 wheels over the white line. And my God, this game does punish you if you do it. I swear to you, they really does punish you. And this isn't even an FIA race. The FIA race would be a lot worse. So yeah, that's turned up to the max. Anyways, go through the first sector, almost 2 temps up. So if we nailed this, we could get a 1:55.7, which at the time would have been the fastest lap on the leaderboards as well. So I think the best time was a 1:55.7. So that would have been that. Yes, it is slipstream assisted, but it's not too shabby. Now I'm thinking about a move on the inside Lesmo 2, but I think better of it because we know the guy, the Frenchman in first, has got a second penalty around Monza. That's going to cost him much more than a second. So the Spaniard flies past him. I also fly past him as well. But we've got the slipstream on the Spaniard going up the hill all the way to Ascari. Now it does go to the left to get me out of the slipstream. Fair play. Moves back over to the right to try and get the best race in life to go through Ascari. It does pretty well here. I feel like I'm kind of nailing it through here though. So again, we're gaining time on him here, and we're going to have the slipstream. So I'm just going to make sure I stay in it. So this is where it's a little bit questionable. So he goes to the left, which is fine. But then he goes to the right again once more. So he goes to the right and then he goes to the left. So I'm looking for the move on the inside. He kind of just cuts me off. He moved way too much when he was defending there. And then I go for a move on the inside. But he just tries to cut me off. Like, he just imagines my car's invisible and just tries to twat me off the track. But I've got nowhere to go. And that was a legit move. I wasn't dive bombing. That was fine. I made the corner easy. But he kept trying to turn into me, which was a little bit annoying. But it doesn't matter. Because we're going to cross the line. We're going to get ourselves a P1. Thoroughly deserved. Good comeback, I thought. Really good comeback, considering we were 5th, I think, on the end of lap 1. So to come back and win it, you've got to be happy with that. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Have a lovely week, and I will speak to you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Ta-da.